What up, gang? Welcome back to the fucking channel. Before I say anything, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Hit that comment and comment. Tell me whatever you want. Say whatever you want. And just enjoy the video. You know what I mean? Today. I know I'm late. I know I'm behind. R.I.P. to King Von. That rhymed. Damn. That rhymed. R.I.P. to King Von though. But I started recently looking into his background and stuff. Cause I love his songs. Maybe it's like most all the songs he done fucking hit hard as hell. And I love the drill scene and shit. My background, I didn't used to always listen to music and stuff. I started listening to it because my brother, like, he always said, like, I was dead inside, pretty much. I'm still kind of dead inside. But, like, I never did anything. I was always to myself. I'm still to myself. I don't fuck with nobody. Don't do none of that shit. I never, like, I just don't fuck with people. And my brother always sat there and was like, why you never listen to music and stuff? I was like, well, I don't really fuck with music. I don't really care. I didn't really care at the time. I was dead. I'm still dead, but it's like, whatever. But I started listening to music because he told me, like, maybe you should listen to music or whatever, bro. It was a good idea. I started listening to music. Best fucking advice he ever gave me in this life. Ever. But I started listening to music. Then, like, recently I started getting into underground. Like, not recently. I got into underground, then I started getting into drill music. Shit, niggas be going hard as hell. Exposed their life, I don't know if that's a good idea. It's because everybody's always watching you. But I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? But the music be hidden though. Fucking, I started listening to King Von, and I started listening when I was at this company called I was working with Shamrock, so we had to do shit physically, unload trucks and stuff like that. So I was always listening to music, and I started listening to that nigga, like, crazy story and all that shit. It was crazy, and I started like thinking, like, is this nigga really about that shit? Like, damn. Like, so I started looking to the story, and I started finding like crazy story, and I don't know about this one yet. I heard a story about it. About the KI situation and all those stories. We might go over more. This might be the only video I do about it, but I heard this one was crazy because he was on Twitter and shit and all that stuff. So I want to do this one, go over it and stuff like that, and see what it's really about. Like, that shit crazy. Like, I heard stories, so like I want to see. I don't know if these documentaries is real or not, but hey, we gonna see. See. So I don't go fuck. You know what I mean? But let's get it going. If you like the video, like it down below. Fucking, if you fuck with me, comment down below. Don't give a fuck. Do what you want to do. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Let's get this video started though.
On September 25, 2012, King Von, a member of O-Block, would encounter a rival Southside Chicago gang member by the name of KI on a local train ride. KI is a member of STL, which stands for St. Lawrence, a street in which most STL gang members reside on. STL and O-Block have had a strong hatred for each other for years, and the rivalry between the two gangs has resulted in many casualties. When King Von and KI spotted each other on the train, the two immediately began to get physical, with King Von landing several punches to KI's face. After the incident, King Von logged onto Twitter and tweeted about the altercation with KI, claiming that an opposing gang member got caught with their guard down on the train. KI would then begin to tweet about the situation herself by saying that her ear and arm are messed up. KI followed that tweet by also saying that she only has a bruise on her face and that she's not tripping because her .40 caliber firearm would put a hole in King Von's face. This situation stemming from the altercation on the train would soon become the start to
Damn, that already got intense. It was fucking, what the fuck? But I wanted to say, fucking being a girl is already fucking, like, you gotta do shit, especially if you're in the gangs and shit like that. You already gotta be 2 times as hard because, you know what I mean, people don't take you seriously and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I take women seriously, I take everything seriously, but sometimes people don't take, like, gang members don't take other women seriously. They just figure they're just another, like, I mean, it's a female, like, you know what I mean? That's what they probably think. So just being like, fucking, I heard she was like a notorious killer and shit like that, whatever. And she was fucking heartless and whatever. So like, they got like women that's in gangs got to be like 2 times as hard, you know what I mean? Like they gotta be fucking like in there. So they gonna try 2 times as hard because people already think they pussy and shit. So like, hey, I'm gonna show these niggas I'm not pussy or whatever. You know what I mean? They gotta do shit 2 times hard. So like, obviously they're gonna show their ass. You know what I mean? So, like, fucking, I know she was probably the hardest motherfucker. Like, just off the rip. You know what I mean?
King Von and K.I. frequently communicating with each other on social media. Just 4 days after the train incident, K.I. would tweet, "Retweet if you think I look good," in which King Von would retweet shortly after. 3 days later, K.I. would get into another altercation on the train, but this time with Lil.
Hold on, this nigga fucking with her. This nigga retweeted what she said, retweet if you think I look good. And this nigga retweeted. This nigga was serious or he was fucking with her? That shit crazy. Damn, after you beat her up, this nigga like, it's now he's fucking with her. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell.
Scud, an O-Block member who is friends with King Von. K.I. was eager to let this be known and quickly tweeted out that she beat up Lil Scud and to let King Von know that she isn't someone to be messed with. After 30 minutes of no replies, K.I. would tweet directly at King Von explaining how she beat up Lil Scud all by herself and that he didn't even get one punch on her. King Von would eventually reply stating that K.I. is about that life and that he may be in love with her. K.I. would respond to this by calling King Von gay. Von clearly didn't appreciate that and told K.I. not.
God damn, hold on. This nigga said he might be in love with her, and she called him gay. That's not like, you're a female, like that's not really gay. I don't see what. I mean, unless she like fucking butch or something, like it was butch or some shit. I don't know. I don't think like, how is that gay? Is he fucking with her? I don't fucking know. That shit crazy. Is he fucking with her?
To do that and ended the conversation by saying he would treat K.I. right. King Von would soon begin to direct message K.I. on Twitter with his first DM being, "What up? I'm trying to change you and upgrade you. I want to nail something. What's up?" K.I. would appear to be somewhat shocked by these DMs, but King Von would respond the next day, saying that it wasn't him who sent the first message, and then goes on to say that he likes K.I. for real, and that when the gang war in Chicago is over with, that he is going to be with her. K.I. would then go on to tell King Von that she heard a rumor in the streets that O-Block is trying to kill her. King Von would respond to those claims, stating that what she heard was true, but he doesn't think he could do it because he thinks she's actually cool. The two then discuss when they are going to stop.
Was he fucking, like, was he serious? Was he fucking with her? Like, he just beat her up. Like, was he fucking with her? Was he serious? I don't get it. Like, I don't know. That's crazy. Was he really fucking with her? Like, y'all let me know in the comments. Was he really serious or is he fucking with her? Like, I don't get it. I don't know. It doesn't seem like he's fucking with her.
Going to stop gangbanging, to which they both reveal they believe that they are both going to die in the gang war. K.I. then goes on to say that she thinks O-Block feels threatened by her, to which King Von would respond with, "Look, I'm not trying to mess with you, so why are you trying to mess with me? We are just trying to get whoever. It's not like we are in a rush to get you, but I had a 9mm on me when I saw you riding my bike and was going to grab you, but the police were right there. The girl with me also had a 7mm when we saw you on the train. If we were really trying to get you, I would have took my chances then." K.I. soon responds by shouting out.
So he was being serious. Like, he really wanted to fuck with her. Damn, just imagine. Holy shit. Just imagine if they was clicked up. Like, but it would probably been better if they were the same gang, obviously. But like, just imagine like these like this is stories off of this nigga I heard and like how like the raps and shit, like the stories I heard from her, K.I. and shit, like the most notorious killer, fucking, I mean, like notorious female killer or whatever they said. I heard about it some long while back ago, but Like, just imagine if they was like, they actually got together though. That should have, hey, that would have been fucking, that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. Two fucking like, fucking loose screws. They was on the same gang. Holy shit. Holy shit, that would have been crazy. That would have been fucking crazy.
Shouting out STL and states that she is ready to go to war with anybody. Vaughn then tells her that she doesn't always have to act tough, to which KI says, treat enemies like enemies. What do you expect? The next morning, KI would start off the day by dissing Odie Perry, a respected member of Wick City who was fatally shot just a few years prior. King Von would see this tweet and respond with, see, that's why you keep getting beat up. KI then tells King Von to pull up, to which he responds with, I should have pissed or spit on you after I beat you up, but I wasn't thinking. KI proceeds to laugh at this and tells King Von to leave it in the streets. Shortly after this Twitter interaction, King Von would go outside looking for KI and ended up running into a group of rival gang members at the local corner store. According to King Von, the rival members were scared of him and had the store employees lock the door to keep him out. Von would tweet about this as soon as it happened.
Damn. See, you know you gotta be fucking a loose screw. Like, you know you gotta be fucked, like, just to, like, know a nigga that fucks niggas up. Like, to, like, niggas see you and be like, lock the doors, don't fucking let this nigga in. Like, niggas scared. Niggas scared, dog. They must was lacking. They must didn't have their shit on them or something, because that's crazy. Niggas said lock the door, like, what the fuck? So they knew this nigga. They knew what this nigga was about, obviously. They must have knew something about this nigga. Heard some stories, something. They knew they might have seen this nigga move, like, moving around, do some shit, you know what I mean? That shit crazy.
As soon as it happened, to which KI would respond by saying she is on her way. King Von would quickly tell her not to come since he was already leaving the store anyways. KI responds by calling Vaughn funny and says she'll come to wherever he is at, which Vaughn responds by telling KI to be smart. 4 days later, King Von and KI would continue talking in the DMs after KI would message Vaughn with, where you at? Come outside. Vaughn would quickly respond to KI with a simple, don't mess with me, to which KI would reply back, taking a slight dig at O-Block and the work they're doing in the streets. King Von would then ask KI if she wants to have a shootout with him, to which KI would shockingly respond with, hell yeah, you and your friend T-Roy. King Von didn't seem to take this very seriously and responded back with, hashtag very scary. KI then states that she was just around O-Block and didn't see anybody outside. Vaughn would soon reply saying that they're busy with other things, but that they will see them soon.
Alright, if you know this nigga known in the streets and you know, like, he bought that shit and whatever like that, like, why you, like, I know they're gang members and shit, and they fucking killing each other or whatever, but, like, she really seemed like she was trying to, like, especially saying that shit on Twitter and all that shit crazy. Like, you putting your shit out there, so if anything happened, the first person they're gonna look at is, like, yo ass, you know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy, like, they just, and, like, she seemed like she's taunting him and shit, like, I don't know if he was serious about, like, them getting together and shit, but, like, all she seemed to do was, like, taunt and, like, fucking do shit. I wonder, like, if she, like, came back is like that, like, came back serious like that, would he would have been serious, or would he would have just, like, fucking murked her or some shit as they, like, tried to meet or some shit, you know what I mean? I don't know. Just thinking, this worked, like, food for thought, I guess, man.
KI would then tell King Von that she thinks they are scared of them, to which King Von replies with a simple, ha. The conversation would then go dark for 3 days until King Von would randomly message KI saying, what's up? When are you gonna let your hair down and put on a tight dress for me? I would risk my life to get some of that. KI did not respond to this message. After that message, the two didn't speak to each other for about a week, but then on October 24, 2012, KI would announce on Twitter that she would be going to Swisher Sweets, a popular store located in O-Block territory. King Von would reply to this tweet moments later saying, don't do that. Today is not the day. KI would then respond,
bro, she did not give a fuck. She did not give a fuck. She was like, hey, I'm going to your block, nigga. He said not to do that. Like, why would you? First of all, that's how motherfuckers dying today. They sharing locations, doing all this extra shit. Like, giving their location, like walking out, fucking just, no, I mean, don't give a fuck. They ops are like watching this shit. Cause you know niggas, if they really want to kill you, they'll watch your ass. They really gonna be on your shit, like on Instagram, cause that's what most niggas do that on Instagram. Always be on fucking on live and shit, like what up, what up, what up? Fuck, you give me your locations and shit, not giving a fuck. She literally told him where he gonna be. Niggas don't care these days. They gonna fucking slide past that store broad daylight, fucking light that bitch up. Like no matter who's out there, they hitting anybody. They don't care. Like I know their target is you, so the bullets gonna be coming at you, but like they don't care who they hit. So broad daylight, fucking spinning shit. Like they don't give a fuck. They don't care. Why are you taunting niggas like that? Not smart at all. I'm sorry.
Vaughn by saying that she never even sees King Von despite the fact that she's always outside. Vaughn would then say, "I saw you before, right or wrong." K.I. would respond with, "Yeah, but ever since then, I feel like you've been hiding because I've been coming through your territory ever since." King Von replies with, "I've been going to Rhodes, but I think when you come over here, I be over here." K.I. ends the conversation with a simple LOL. 2 days later, K.I. would suddenly post a tweet stating that King Von was a goofy who got beat up by her friend FBG Butta just 2 years prior. King Von would see this tweet and soon reply back saying, "And you know the other stuff I did to you guys, right?" To which K.I. would say, "You think you're drilling, but you need practice." King Von fires back.
What do he do? Shh. Why is he putting it on Twitter? You know the other shit I've done. People think the police shall link everything to your ass. You say some shit like that, they'll be like, "Oh, what did he do?" They'll try to link everything. You was close to something, I'll link that to you because you said you did something. So they'll link anything they want to your ass. That nigga, they don't give a fuck, dog. They don't give a fuck. Why are you talking? Shh. What are you doing? But that nigga ain't playing. He said, "You know what we did to you guys." And she said, "You need drilling practice." If he did something to y'all, why would he need drilling practice? Obviously, he got that shit down. Damn. Damn.
Back by denying that he needs drilling practice, in which K.I. responds by saying, "Vaughn is saying too much for Twitter, and that Vaughn's friend Sharoid, an O-Block member who was fatally shot a few months prior, knows about her." King Von then laughs at K.I. for saying "on GD, then proceeds to tell her that she can ask her dead friends about him. 3 days later, K.I. would tweet at King Von saying, "I want to meet King Von face to face," in which Von would respond with, "LOL, you don't really want that, Kira." K.I. would then respond with, "See, you don't think I'm tough." 4 days later, K.I. would once again tweet at King Von, saying that she hopes people in O-Block don't actually call Von King Von, and that it's suspect if you do. King Von would respond back by claiming that he earned the name King Von. K.I. responds by bringing up the fact that Von used to get beat up back in the day. Von replied back laughing at the fact that K.I. was even talking about getting beat up, and that if it wasn't for guns, he would be walking up and down their block all day. 6 days later, King Von would make a tweet about K.I. saying that she sounds good on the phone. This would indicate that King Von and K.I. physically talked on the phone with each other and didn't just message each other back and forth on social media.
That's what's weird. I've seen all these like rappers that have beef and shit, but they'll literally talk on the phone and shit and all that shit. I know she's not a rapper, but I just want to bring that up because of this. Like, I see all these rappers beefing and shit, but like they'll be on the phone with each other and shit like that. It's weird to me. I don't really get that, but I don't understand. He says he must really wanted her. Like he must really wanted her because how she was. Like they was the same way. You know what I mean? Fucking. Like they was in the same shit, you know what I mean? I feel like they was in the same gang. They probably been fucking. No, they probably been fucking. But like that shit crazy. That shit crazy, dog.
Yeah. Vaughn would also make a tweet several hours later complaining that K.I. hasn't answered her phone all day. King Von would eventually get arrested on November 20th, 2012 for unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. This arrest led to King Von sitting behind bars for over a year. While behind bars, King Von's sister, Kayla B, tweeted at K.I. telling her that Von misses her and that she should go and visit him in jail. K.I. responded with LOL, but Kayla B followed up insisting that her brother King Von really wanted to see her. On February 11th, 2014, King Von was released from jail.
So he wasn't fucking with her. He wasn't fucking with her. He really wanted to fucking be with her. That's what I'm getting out of it. He really wanted to be with her. Damn, that would have been a fucking dynamic duo right there. Boy, they would have been fucking drilling shit. They would have been drilling shit. Fucking 2 loose screws. Damn. Boy, what the fuck? That would have been crazy. That would have been fucking crazy.
And one of the first things he did following his release was tweet to KI saying, "What's up? You don't miss me?" KI would quickly respond with, "What's up? When are we linking up?" King Von would then respond by asking why she never came and visited him in jail after allegedly saying she would. KI would not reply directly to this tweet, but moments later tweeted, "How does it feel to lose your friend while behind bars?" referring to the death of J Money, one of the top members of O Block who was fatally shot during Von's incarceration. King Von wouldn't say anything about the tweet, but would later tweet RIP J Money in honor of him. KI would soon retweet this as a way of taunting him, to which King Von would quickly compose a tweet discussing Crack and Modell, 2 STL gang members who unfortunately passed away. While all of this was going on, O Block was already making plans to avenge J Money after word got out that an STL gang member by the name of Lil B was allegedly responsible for the death of J Money. O Block was ready for Lil B, but before they could meet face to face, Lil B was fatally shot by the Chicago Police Department in March of 2014 after reportedly pointing a gun at one of the officers. This means that O Block would not be able to avenge one of their top members and were now looking for the next best thing. On April 10, 2014, KI would release a series of tweets regarding her future. The tweets state, "I do what I do because I know God has a day for me. You're nobody until someone kills you. That's just real. I've seen too many of my friends in a casket." Less than 24 hours after posting those tweets online, KI and several others were standing outside of a home on the 6400 block of South Eberhard when a man exited the passenger side of a blue Oldsmobile that was parked facing eastbound on the corner of 65th and Eberhard. The man proceeded to walk northbound on Eberhard and quickly began shooting at the group of people standing in front of the house. The suspect would then retreat back to the getaway vehicle and flee the scene going eastbound on 65th Street. 3 individuals were hit during the situation and were immediately rushed to nearby hospitals. The first victim was an unidentified male who got shot in his right foot and survived his injuries. The second victim was rumored to be FBG Butta, the same individual that KI claimed to have beaten up King Von in the past. Butta was shot in the right knee and also survived his injuries. The third and final victim was shot 7 times and passed away from their injuries during surgery at the hospital. That individual was KI. Detectives would arrive to the crime scene shortly after and be...
See, that's what I was talking about sharing your location and shit. I bet that was a share for location, because how would they know where she's at and shit like that? They had to share a location and all that shit. Like, it had to be something. Like, they must have been watching her. He must have been watching her, because it was only one dude. So it must have been him, obviously, because like, who was she? I know she have other gang members she's beefing with, but like, it seemed like they was targeting her. She was shot 7 times. It seemed like it was for her. That hit was for her, and like, she was like fucking. I think that pushed him over the edge when she was talking shit about her. His homie while he died in jail. So I feel like, who else it could it be? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, no police shit, but like, who else could it be? You know what I mean? If you're in the hood, you know what I mean? Like, not talking to police shit, but like, who else could it be? You talking all that shit, and he came. Someone came and fucking lit that shit up. And only the other guy get shot in the leg and the other guy get shot in the foot. Like, he wasn't even aiming at them, probably. Like, he wasn't even focused on them. One person got hit 7 times. They got aimed. They know who was trying to hit, and they hit that fucking person. So like, yeah, that's that. Like, I don't feel bad for these. Like, I feel bad, but I don't, because you put yourself in a situation. You gotta like. You do stupid shit, you're gonna get stupid answers, you know what I mean? Like, this is how it is. That's how the hood is. That's how shit is. You do stupid shit, you're gonna get the response of stupid shit. You know what I mean? So I don't feel bad. Like, I feel bad, but I don't, you know what I mean? It sucks they have to lose their life, but you put yourself in that situation, you know what I mean? My motto. I'm not gonna put myself in any situation. I'm not gonna fucking, like, say anything to nobody. Yo, you say some shit to me, like, and try to do some shit to me, you gonna catch the other side of me, you know what I mean? But like, I'm to myself, don't say shit to nobody. I live my life, do what I need to do, you know what I mean? And I've done some stupid shit in the past, but like, that's not defining me today, you know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck with nobody, I don't do shit. I stick to myself. That's what, like, but like, you do shit like that, you're not sticking to yourself, you're not doing what you need to do. You do what you need to do, but like, been in gangs doing that killer shit and all that shit, you know what's up. You know what's gonna. She even said, like, she know she don't have to die someday. She knew it was gonna be up. So I'm not really feeling bad for her because obviously, like, you know what you're gonna have to deal with this shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? Done talking, but you know what I mean.
Began to interview anyone who saw what happened. While there were many witnesses on scene, most of them provided detectives with vague details about the case, with some of them even admitting that they are scared to cooperate. However, certain witnesses gave the detectives a similar story, stating that a man wearing dark-colored clothing approached the house and began to open fire while yelling things at them. These witnesses would also give detectives a name of someone who they think may have committed the crime, a name in which the Chicago Police Department were already quite familiar with. Over the next couple of days, authorities would continue to investigate the homicide of K.I. and eventually developed a photo spread of potential suspects. Witnesses were soon called in to view the photo spread, and almost all of them were quick to point out the same suspect whose name was given to detectives on the day of the crime. Then on April 29, 2014, just 18 days after the murder of K.I., Davon Bennett, aka King Von, was taken into custody by Officer Fernandez of the Chicago Police Department's Fugitive Apprehension Unit to be interviewed by detectives. At around 1 p.m., King Von was placed in an interview room where two detectives began to question him about his involvement in K.I.'s murder. Von would quickly deny all involvement and stated that he doesn't even know K.I. and never goes around 65th Street.
The nigga said he didn't even know her. This nigga had full Twitter tweets to her and shit. And it's funny because if they was on Twitter, they know he would know her and shit like that. They could have used that against him. So I don't know how the fuck he got away with that one. Like, he didn't even know her. Did he get it? Like, obviously he got away with it because he literally died on the outside. So he obviously got away with that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. How the fuck?
The detectives would then ask Vaughn if he would be willing to do a polygraph examination, to which he would agree to do and was given food and water. While this interview was taking place, 4 cooperating witnesses were called in so they could view an in-person lineup of the suspects. The first witness to view the lineup told authorities that they were unable to identify the suspect, while the second witness pointed to King Von and said it could possibly be the suspect but wasn't sure. The third witness couldn't make an identification but verbally told detectives it was King Von. The fourth and final witness viewed the lineup and pointed directly to King Von. 2 assistant state attorneys would then arrive shortly after and began to review all the evidence in the K.I. case. Detectives would then go back to the interview room to check King Von, where Von would begin to tell detectives that he changed his mind and will no longer do a polygraph exam. King Von then starts giving detectives an alibi, claiming that he checked in at his parole office on the day of K.I.'s death. Detectives immediately started looking into Von's alibi and was able to confirm that he did in fact check in at his parole office, but there was still 30 minutes of unexplained time where he could have still committed the crime. Then on April 30th, 2014, the Cook County State Attorney's Office would announce that they are declining to prosecute King Von for the murder of K.I. due to inconsistencies in the witness statements. This would mean that internally this case is solved according to the Chicago Police Department, but to the public this case is still unsolved with the suspect still at large. King Von was then released from police custody around 6:30 p.m. that same night. Less than 2 hours later, King Von would tweet, "I'm so happy and grateful. I'm too real for this." King Von would then go on and get arrested for another murder less than...
What the fuck? This nigga went on Twitter and said, I'm too real for it. I'm blessed and shit. I'm too real for this shit. This nigga's a demon. His song said he's a demon. That nigga's a fucking demon. How do you... That's crazy. Yeah, he had an alibi going. He said they had lost 30 minutes of times. But they not lost. I mean, I can't even talk. They couldn't fucking find 30 minutes of his time, but yet he had an alibi saying he was checked into his parole office. He knew that he probably knew that he needed to do that day. Like that day, he needed to go fucking do that drill and shit. Damn, that shit crazy. That nigga a real demon. What the fuck? He got away with that shit. Then right after that, he hit another murder. He got fucking booked for another murder. What the fuck, bro?
3 months later, he sat in the Cook County Jail for over 3 years while awaiting trial. During the trial, King Von was acquitted of all charges due to lack of evidence and was released back into the free world. After being released, lifelong friend and rapper Lil Durk would take King Von under his wing and attempt to turn him into a gangster rap superstar. Within a matter of months, King Von would become one of the top street rappers in the music industry, with his music surpassing tens of millions of streams each month, and even received co-signs from A-list celebrities such as NBA star LeBron James. Then, on November 6, 2020, King Von's iconic music career would be cut short after he was fatally shot in Atlanta during an altercation with another rapper. King Von was 26.
Alright, I seen that. He really rocked that nigga. He was boop, 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 boop. And that nigga pulled his fucking powder pulled a gun. Pussy shit. Yeah, you don't know what's going on. But like this nigga, if y'all think about that shit, he shot right at King Von. All them niggas was jump like running over that shit, and he shot right at King Von when it was just a one-on-one. Like, yeah, you don't know what he's gonna do, but he was literally just fighting a nigga. So how like, yeah, obviously he probably didn't have a gun. He probably wasn't gonna do nothing stupid because he was out in public and there was a lot of witnesses and shit. Like, but that nigga was stanging his ass. What? That boy was killing him. He was drilling that nigga. He was beating his ass and probably ran out the back of the gun and pointed straight at that nigga and shot him. Like, that's bullshit. Like I said though, I feel bad. R.I.P. to the man. That shit sucks. I just, like everybody's family has to deal with the shit. But like you put yourself in situations like that, like you're gonna get stupid answers. You know what I mean? R.I.P. to him though. Like I'm not trying to talk down about it. It's just like, damn. I wish he didn't put himself in that situation. And I think I heard a story about like him acting weird that day or some shit like that. But I mean, that shit crazy though, bro. But he was beating his ass and shit like that. But like this nigga got away with a murder, went right back, and then fucking got away with another one. Right? He was in there for 3 years, but like, if he got away with it, why is the police like? Why did they not do nothing for him? Because like, that mean he was booked for no reason. That mean those 3 years was wasted because they didn't know, like, you didn't really know who did it. So why am I in jail for this shit? At least have him on house arrest or something like that, because that's bullshit. Like, so you gonna put me in jail, then fucking 3 years later you gonna figure out I didn't do it? Like, that's bullshit. Like, makes no sense to me. But hey, it is what it is. They do what they fucking want. You know what I mean? That's how you say away from the police and shit like that. I don't fuck with them. But like, damn. Hey, his music was hit. His music hit as fuck. Like, that shit hit so hard. But I'm gonna do some more on it. I'm gonna look up, see if he got any more videos about his past and shit like that. And I'm gonna do a fucking review of his song, on some of his songs that I really didn't really listen to, but I really heard like Crazy Story. I listened to him and I heard Crazy Story and some other story, like some other shit. Then I listened to him and Lil Durk and him and what is his name? Doody Lo. I fuck with that song. Him and Doody Lo. That shit go hard. But I'm gonna look into him some more and shit like that. But just that shit crazy. How you get away with a murder? How you get away with 2 murders in like a matter of a year? That's the wildest shit I ever heard. That's wild. But let me know what you guys think, guys. I know some of you already probably seen shit like this. I'm new to this shit. I'm new to kind of drill music because I mean I'm just behind with music in general. So you know what I mean. I'm catching up. You know? So if I'm doing videos, you already know about it. Just let me know what you think about me talking about it. You know what I mean? That or something. I don't know. Just let me know. You know what I mean? But this is a crazy story. This is like a crazy ass story. But anyways, I love you guys. Fucking like and subscribe down below. Tell me what you guys think. That's a crazy story. And he got his tongue out crazy story. That's probably why. That's crazy, dog. 2 birdies in 1 year you get away with. I'm out, dog.